Hello, we meet again. In this video, we will create the models a cozy marshmallow roasting set with the blender. Shift A to add the cube model and change the size of the model. Press Tab to enter edit mode. Select the top face and change the size of the face. Extrude the face a little. Press I to insert the face inside and delete the face. Press Ctrl R to add the line for the model. Select the face in the center and delete it. Add one line behind the model. Delete one face. As the bevel modify and change the amount to 0.5 and the segment to 10. Add the subdivision surface and change the levels to 2. As the line to adjust the shape of the model. Don't forget to click right to select Shade Smooth. Shift A to add the plane's model to create the edge of the furnace body is beautiful. Press I to insert the face inside and delete the face. Press E to extrude the face to add thickness. As the bevel modify to smooth. Rotate the model to fit the space of the cube model. Shift A to add the plane's model to create the rear edge of this furnace. the same adjustment step as the previous one. Hold Shift and select some line on top of the model. Press Shift D to copy the line. Press P and select the selection. Select all lines and press F to add the face. Press I to insert the face inside and delete the face inside. Add the solidify, modify and change the value to add the thickness. Adjust the inside size slightly. Shift A to add the planes model and change the size to create the top lattice. Add the solidify, modify. Add the arrange modify to add the same model in one direction. Change the value in the solidify, modify to add the thickness. Shift A to add the cylinder's model to create the candle in the stove. Press I to insert the top face and move down a little. Press I again and extrude to the top to create the candle wick. Shift A to add the UV sphere model and change the size to create the fire. Change the size of the model to balance the other model. Add the subdivision surface and change the levels to 2. Select the models and change the size of the model. Shift A to add the cylinder's model to create the marshmallow. Press Ctrl R to add one line for the center's model. Add the subdivision surface and change the levels to 2. Add the bevel modify and change the values. Switch bonds modify to change the shape of the model. Shift A to add the cylinder's model to create the wooden. Change the size of the two models and assemble them together. Shift D to copy two models. Rotate the model and move it to set it on the stove. Shift A to add the cylinder model. Change the size of the cylinder's model. Select the face below and extrude a little. Delete the top face. Add the solidified modifier to add the thickness. Add the bevel modifier to smooth. Push the marshmallows model in the cup. Select all model and change the size of the model to balance the other model. Shift A to add the planes model and change the size to long to create the background. Add the solidified modifier to add the thickness. Adjust the camera's angle to see the models in the views we want to present. Shift A to add the cube model. Place Ctrl R to add the line for the model. Select all model and place F3. Search checker deselect and place alternate S to change the size of the vehicle or the biscuit. Hold Shift and select some face and place I. Extrude down a little. Place Ctrl B to bevel the face. Add the bevel modifier and change the value in the amount and segment. Shift A to add the cubes model to create the wooden plates. Rinse the biscuit and push them on the wooden plates. Shift A to add the cylinders model to create the sauce cup. Change the size of the cup and delete the top face. Shift A to add the UV spheres model to create the sauce. Hold Shift Alternate and select some line to create the detail for the chocolate sauce. Add the subdivision surface and change the levels to 2. Hold Shift Alternate and select some lines and move them to the top a little. Shift A to add the circles model to create the sauce shower. Select some points and move to the side to change the shape. Select all points of the model and place F to add the face. Add the solidify modifier to add thickness to the model. Add the subdivision surface and change the levels to 2. Push the spoons model in the cup of the chocolate sauce. Place eye to insert surface to adjust the shape. Select all the biscuits model and then slowly push them together with others model. Shift it to copy the plane's model. Rotate the plane's model. Shift A to add the cube model and change the size to create the chocolate bar. Select the face and place eye to insert the face inside. Place eye on the face again. Hold shift and select some face. Extrude a little. As the bevel modify to smooth. Place alternately to copy the cup and set the chocolate bar inside the cup. Shift A to add the cylinder's model. Delete the top face. Add the solidified modifier to add thickness. Add the subdivision surface and change the levels to 2. Alternately to copy the wood. Adjust the camera angles because we have more model, layout view, and elements that are considered important. Change one scene to the shader editor to add a new material. Shift A to add the gradient texture. Place Ctrl T to add the mapping and texture coordinate. Shift A to add the color line. Shift A to add the noise texture. Change the colors in the color line to pink and brown. Change the value in the noise texture. Shift A to add the bump nodes and connect it with the normals in the principal BSDF. In other Marshmallow, copy the first material and change the color. The next material is biscuit. Shift A to add the noise texture. Place Ctrl T and add the color line. Shift A to add the bump node. Change the value in the bump nodes to add more texture. The next material is chocolate. Shift A to add the noise textures and place Ctrl T. Shift A to add the color lamp. Change the color to a brown color tone to look like the chocolate. Change the value in the principal BSDF and in the roughness. For the stove, Shift A to add the noise textures and color lamp. Change the color in the color lamp to a yellow tone. For the above kit, we will adjust the metals value in the principal BSDF. For the wood, Shift A to add the noise texture. Change the value in the mapping and texture. Shift A to add the wave texture. For the wooden plates, copy the material and change the value and color. For the fire, Shift A to add the emission. Shift A to add the gradient textures and color lamp. Change the color in the color lamp to red, orange, and yellow. For the tablecloth, Shift A to add the image texture. You can choose any photo you like. Copy the wood material and change the value in the texture. adjust color and texture. Shift A to add the point right. Shift D to copy the point right. Shift A to add the point right and set it inside the stove. Change the power of the point right and change the color. Slowly adjust the value of the right. Shift A to add the area right. Change the size of the range and set it on the top of the model. Click right and select subdivide and change the number of cuts. Hold Shift and select some points and move them to the top. Add the subdivision surface and change the levels to 2. This is the whole contents of this video. If you have any questions or want to make another model, you can tell us in the comments below. Finally, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you!